Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. So today, normally I go live in the morning. Today, just going live in the afternoon for a little bit of a change. And there has been a little bit of a change. It's a overcast sky. We've had a lot of rain this morning. Well, not a lot of rain, a little bit of rain. Got soaked actually walking the dog this morning. And today is we got to the letter J, and J is for juice. So J is for juice. What do I mean by juice? The other titles have been pretty self-explanatory. J is for juice in two senses. Okay, in two senses. Juice, as in the energy that we bring to anything that we do. So that's anything at home, anything at work. A lot of the work is at home, obviously, at the moment with COVID going on. But juice is also what is also very important from another perspective and another definition of juice. So I'm going to tell you today a little bit about what I do with kids and with parents, because it is all about juice. So, two questions. Why do you feel the way that you do? Why do you feel the way that you do? Now, when I chat to my mum, which I do every day, because I can't see her, obviously, don't want to get she's 83 coming up. Yeah, 83 coming, 82 coming up. Sorry, mum, if you're listening. Don't want to give her COVID. Don't want her catching COVID. So we're very, very careful. I only see her very infrequently. Say her outside and keep a distance with her. Yeah. So when I speak to her, I ask her how she's been, and she will often start by referring to the weather. So why do we feel the way that we do? So she's feeling better if it's a sunny day, and not quite as good if it's a rainy day. And we all do that, don't we? We all think somehow or believe that the weather causes us to feel a certain way. I do that too. Why else do we feel a certain way? So we feel, so we get to work in the morning. Assuming we're working, obviously. Assuming we're working at work rather than at home. It's all about how the commute was, how the roads were, how the trains were. So we look at why we feel a certain way in terms of the weather or our transport or our commute. Why else do we feel the way that we do? We look for the reasons outside us. We look for reasons outside us to determine or to answer the question how we feel. And that's not the way it works. How do I know this? Well, how do I know this, or how can I get you maybe to see that? Have you ever been happy in the rain? Have you ever been sad in the sunshine? And my answer, my guess to how you answer that question is yes. So I know that I've been happy in the rain, and I've been happy in the sunshine. I've been sad in the rain, and I've been sad in the sunshine. So the weather doesn't actually cause my mood, doesn't cause anybody's mood, but it looks like that. Why do we feel the way that we do? Because of what's going on inside us. Where do feelings come from? Feelings come from thoughts. The feelings that come out of our our heart are caused by the thoughts that are inside our head. Feelings come from thoughts, like in exactly the same way as juice comes from fruit. If we squeeze an apple, we're only ever going to get apple juice. If apple juice is coming out of the juicer, only apples went in. This is for kids. Feelings come from thoughts, like juice comes from fruit. Feelings come from thoughts, like juice comes from fruit. So J is for juice. J is for juice. The juicy feelings that come out of our thoughts on the back of the fruity thoughts that have gone into our head. Does that make any sense? Feelings come from thoughts. They only ever come from thoughts. They don't come from the weather. They don't come from the traffic. They don't come from our job. They don't come from COVID-19. They don't come from COVID-19. Well, I'm guessing that you haven't been terrified every single moment of the last 3 months. Yet COVID-19 has been around for 3 months. It's only when we think about it and when we worry about it do we worry. How big is a feeling? Sorry, how big is a problem when you're not thinking about it? How big is a problem? It's not there, is it? It's not even there. Feelings come from thoughts, like juice comes from fruit. I'm getting a bit repetitive, aren't I? 7 minutes in. So if you're feeling great, that's great. If you're feeling bad, all that's happened is a bad banana has gone into your juicer. Bad banana's gone into your juicer. The top of your head is where the fruity thoughts go in. The heart is where the juicy feelings come out. The bad banana has created bad banana feelings. This is for kids, and they love it. Believe it. Believe me, they love it. Most of the time as adults, we are not choosing our thoughts. How do we know? Because we're feeling ways that we wouldn't like to feel. We are believing the negative voice in our head. So the negative voice in my head that's saying that I'm going on too long hasn't stopped me yet. We're believing the negative voice in our head, that little thing that sits on our shoulder saying that you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not rich enough, you're not thin enough, you're not successful enough, you're not good enough mum, you're not a good enough dad, you're not a good enough brother, you're not good enough sister, you're not a good enough aunt, you're not good enough uncle, you're not good enough. All that ridiculous, all those ridiculous thoughts that go through our head, those bad thoughts make us feel bad. So the answer is simply to choose and to understand that it's not your fault. You're feeling bad. I used to worry about worrying. Worrying about worrying. That didn't get it very far. It's not your fault. If you're not choosing how you, if you're not feeling how you would choose to feel, you didn't choose. I'm going to leave it at that. 9 minutes today. Bye-bye. See you soon.